What's up, guys? So today we're going to be doing the review honey test on the organic raw and unfiltered honey from Kirkland, Costco's. This is the product of Brazil, so it says USD organic. The ingredients is just organic raw honey. What we're going to do is we're just going to do the water test, the match, a fire test, the thumb test, right? The thumb test, see if it dissipates or dissolves quickly, or if it stays sticky icky. That's one way to tell. The more sticky icky is also a good way to tell if it's good real organic raw honey. We're also going to do the honeycomb water test, which is the when you put a little bit of honey on the plate and drop a little water, just enough to cover the top of the honey, and then we're gonna do this. We're gonna put the honey all the way on the bottom, put a little bit of drips in there, and then shake it up, see if the honey dissolves quickly. So first off, this is around, depending where you are, this is around $12 to $15 or up to $20, depending if you're on like Hawaii or whatever, at Costco's. Whole Foods, wholesales, not Whole Foods, wholesales. These comes in a 3-pack, bare packaging. So depending where you are, you can get this honey at Costco's specifically because it's Kirkland model, which is only Costco sells Kirkland, so I don't think any other stores sell Kirkland products besides Costco's. So if you're looking to buy this honey, this is actually my first time buying this honey. This is not a regular honey I take every day. I'm more of a Manuka honey. Manuka honey is some of the best honey in the world. Raw and unpasteurized is what you want, essentially, for a good honey with high content of MGO and UMF, which is medicinal honey, good for there's many health benefits. It's unpasteurized, whole comb, and certified with batch numbers tracing as well. As you can see, only use some of the highest quality honey. Manuka is usually what you want. This is also another one. This is a lower quality one, lower UMF, MGO. This one is from New Zealand. You get that at Costco's as well. Costco sells these. These no. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start with the organic raw unfiltered honey from Brazil. Many people are skeptical about this honey. I never had this honey before, so I'm gonna test it out myself, see if it's really real honey or if it's been mixed or cut up with sugar or whatever anybody wants to call it. Supposedly people say it's too good to be true for a 3-pack of honey for $13, $14, $15, depending where you are in America, $20 or up to $25 maybe. I know Hawaii is more expensive for this type of stuff. So yeah, we're gonna do the fire. Oh, did I mention we're gonna do the fire test on this too, on a paper, where you put the honey on the paper and you light it up. If it stays lit up, that means it's real. I guess it's real honey. Many people say that there's no way to check if honey is real or fake or not. You have to take it to the lab. So this is not necessarily a way to check if the honey is really real or not. Honestly, the only way to find out if it's real honey is if you go to a local beekeeper. So buy locally and make sure you know where it comes from and you're best friends with your beekeeper, to be honest. It's about the only way to tell if it's really real honey or not, and you know the beekeeper's name. But let's start off with turning this around, actually. Let's see how that works. See how that's just dropping like that? That's also another way to tell if it's real honey. Apparently, fake honey would just drop like water. and not continue doing that all the time, dropping like that. So let's do it one more time. See what happens. There we go. So that's one way to tell. If you look closely, it's just dropping like that. Not too bad. So that's one way to check, I would suppose, according to what I heard and saw one time. So if honey does that, it's near close to being real honey, just like the label says, organic, raw, and unfiltered honey. So that's one way. And the other way, actually, let me get a, so let me just get it out of the 3-pack, and let's do the flip around, I would suppose. See how the bubble goes up? It's one way to tell, apparently. See how the bubble goes up. Let's do it one more time. See? See the bubble? It should, real honey should do that. See how the bubble, like that. And just like that. Alright, and that's one way. Fake honey would essentially just not send a bubble like that. So we're gonna do let's do the honeycomb test, actually. Let's do the honeycomb test first. Put a little bit on the plate. If it does like a little honeycomb, that means it's real honey. And it's not fake honey. Then you put a little bit of water on top. We're gonna add spring water on this. So add a little bit of spring water. Just make sure the water is able to overlap it. You know what I mean? Around it, put it around it. You know what I mean? Just like that. And now, just move it. It does a honeycomb. It's probably much better with the, see how it's doing like a honeycomb? That's how you know it's real honey, according to what I heard. So do it left and right like that. See how it has a honeycomb right there? I don't know if you can see it, but that's a honeycomb to me. So far, so good. That's one way to tell if it's real honey. When you see honeycomb like that. See that? That's the DNA genetic structure. The DNA genetic structure of the honey. So that's another way to tell if it's real honey or not. Don't take my word for it. A lot of people say that's not a real way to test honey, but it's a honeycomb. It's a genetic DNA structure of the bees when they make the honeycombs. Now let's go with the, let me get this, hold on, let me get this very close so you can see it real good. I'm gonna put some in here. Let's go. I'm gonna drop some in here. You know what, let me just, there we go. Okay, that should be good enough. See that? You see how it didn't dissipate? It didn't dissipate or anything. Fake honey would dissipate. It would just show off like a dissolved matter. This honey didn't show anything dissolving while it was being poured in there. It just dropped to the bottom. So that's a good way to, that's a good indicator for real honey, real organic raw honey. Now we're just gonna put the cap on it and shake it up, you know what I mean? We're just gonna shake it up, that's it. And see what happens. You see how there's still honey at the bottom? Fake honey, it would literally just dissolve, you know what I mean? There's still honey at the bottom, you know? So that's one good way to tell that it's real honey. According to testing honey methods, ways of finding out if it's real honey or not. Fake honey would just literally dissolve. It wouldn't even stick at the bottom. You know what I mean? So that's one way. Now we're gonna do the other way, which is the match. So what we're gonna do is add a little bit on the match. We're gonna add a little bit of honey on the match on the tip. And just, you know, see if it lights up. That's it. That's all we're gonna do. Let me, if it lights up, that's real honey. Let me try to light it up. Watch. Ah, crap. Yeah, it's not. I guess I can't light it up. I don't know how the other people do it. Some people are able to light it up. I guess not this one. I don't know. I might be doing something wrong. I don't know. But maybe it doesn't work with this. But let's try the other method. We're going to get the lighter. And we're going to put honey on the paper. If it lights up with the paper, that's a much better way to find out. So we're going to put honey on this. And make sure it lights up with the paper. There we go. Let's do like this, yeah. Mix it around. This is gonna be much easier to do. Instead of the match, use a lighter. You know what I mean? It's much harder with the match. Some people are able to do it. I don't know how, but let's light it up now. See if that works. If it stays light up, it's real honey. You see that? That's real honey. If it was fake, it would not continue to light up. There's honey all over it. I don't know if you can see, but there's honey all over that paper. It's lit up. Fake honey can't do that. So that's also another good indicator that it's real honey. We put it in a way. There we go. So that's another way. Let's see if there's still honey at the bottom on this one. There's still a little bit of honey here. It hasn't even fully dissolved yet. So to everybody's question and answers, for those that ask if this is really real honey or not, from Kirkland Hospital. What do I say? Hospital. From Kirkland Costco's wholesales. Excuse me, it's a little late right now. I don't want to wake anybody up or any neighbors, but organic, raw, and unfiltered honey, product of Brazil, U.S. grade A, organic. Ingredients: organic raw honey. It seems to be real honey. It's passing the honeycomb test. It's passing the honey in the jar test. It's passing the lighter. It's passing the lighter test. And it's passing the, you know what, let's get some on the spoon. Let's do drops on the spoon, see how it drops. I forgot about the spoon method too. It's also a good way. Do a little bit of drops on the spoon. There we go. Let's see how it drops. See that? So, I guess it's raw honey. Alright. But yes, that's also another way. And what else? What is the other method? I guess that's about it for now, guys. If that answered anybody's questions for honey testing from Costco's, the raw organic honey testing and unfiltered honey from Kirkland, there's your answer. Amateur video. I always recommend Manuka honey for your best medicinal honey benefits for the human body. Until then, and thank you for watching. Also, do not jump the gun here. The only true way to find out if it's real honey or not with any honey, whether it's fake or real, is you take it to a lab test, get it lab tested for these honeys. You know what I mean? So the video I just made is just simply for those that usually do the honey tests. That's usually what they do. As far as the water test, the honeycomb test, the match or lighter on the paper test if it lights up, and as far as the jar test, when you shake up the jar, if there's still honey at the bottom. So that's also that's just 4 ways to, you know, because it's really fake honey will not pass those tests, you know what I mean? Real honey will. So like I said, the best way to get a, you know, real honey, authentic, genuine test is by taking it to the lab or someone you know that knows how to test these things. So this video is just plainly for basic ways of finding out for garbage honey if it's fake or not. If you want a more authentic, 100% genuine answer, you take it to the lab. Someone that knows how to do that. Until then, and thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you later. And like I said, always buy Manuka honey. Those are the best honeys you want to take. They're the most powerful, potent, beneficial honeys for the body. Manuka honey is more expensive, but it's good for the body as far as comparison to regular honey. Even though they're good, but just not as good. You get for what you pay for, basically. But if you're on a budget, this honey isn't so bad for everyday honey digestions intakes. Good luck and have a good one. Peace. And also one more thing. There's also another way to check if it's real honey or not, is by getting a nice little empty container, glass container with a cap on it. You put a little bit of honey inside that glass container, and you put it in the freezer. I think it's freezer or fridge. I'm not sure. Probably, I guess freezer makes more sense. If it solidifies or if it just doesn't move at all, that's also a good indicator that it's fake honey. So you get a little bit, you put in a little bit in a glass container, leave it overnight or maybe even a couple hours, and you check if that thing is solidified. If it's really solid or frozen, then it's a good indicator that honey is fake if it's frozen. So there's your basic review for the Kirkland organic raw and unfiltered honey. I was very skeptical about this honey. I do, however, plan on getting the other varieties from Kirkland, Costco, local honey. I plan on trying. I've never tried this honey before. I was recommended to try it, so I'm gonna try it and use it for daily and save the more expensive Manuka honeys for medicinal purposes when you're feeling sick, or you know, if you're ill or whatever, or if you want to take it like once a week, so you know, because Manuka honey is pretty expensive. And that about sums it up. It passed the honeycomb test. It passed the lighter fire test on paper. It passed the water jar test, and it passed the what was the other one? Shit, I forgot. The bubble test, I guess, when it's when the honey does this. See how it does that up top? Yeah, it passed that test. See that? That's a good way to tell. And like I said, this is not a professional video. This is just what I heard from people that deal with honey all the time. Somewhat of a way to find out if it's real honey or not. Because fake honey, won't pass any of these tests that we did. And there's fake honey out there, so I'm talking about for the more basic honeys. And that's about it, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.